Good morning and hope your Saturday's off to a good start. I'm Christina Laurie. We will get to those stories in a moment, but first we start the morning in Minneapolis, where overnight protesters defied curfew orders and set more fires across the city. This is the fourth night of unrest after the death of George Floyd. So far, all 4 Minneapolis officers involved in Floyd's death have been fired. The main officer who pinned Floyd to the ground, Derek Chauvin, has been charged with third-degree murder and manslaughter in his death. According to a complaint filed by the Hennepin County attorney, Chauvin had his knee on Floyd's neck for almost 9 minutes, including 3 after Floyd was non-responsive. Also overnight, Minnesota's governor announced the largest civilian deployment in the state's history is now underway, 3 times the size of what was in place during the race riots of the 60s. The head of the Minnesota National Guard says 1,700 soldiers are prepared to be in Minneapolis today, and this morning we're hearing from some of them.
These are all volunteers. Most of them are medical students. We're here because first responders aren't coming down here. It's not safe. It was the same last night at Target. We're here with eye wash and first aid, and we're here to, I guess, be in place of the people who can't come down right now.
George Floyd was lynched in broad daylight by a public official during a plague. That's why I came out here, because that's unacceptable. I mean, we have 100,000 Americans dead, and COVID is disproportionately affecting African Americans. And for this just to happen it's a lynching.
Protesters rioted in major cities across the country overnight, from Chicago and Detroit to Los Angeles, Atlanta, and New York. The White House was also briefly placed on lockdown overnight as protesters marched in D.C. in response to the killing of George Floyd. There were some small clashes with police officers there, but for the most part, we're told it was peaceful. Here in Madison, a Justice for George protest is planned for later this afternoon. According to a Facebook event, it's from noon until 3 at the state capitol. As of this morning, more than 2,100 people have marked that they are going. The description says social distancing will be practiced. Now to the best news of the weekend. Some good news. Give it to us, Chris.
Yeah, that's right, Christina. We're going to be looking at plenty of sunshine and comfortable temperatures as we go through the weekend. Already behind me, you see that sun is getting higher and higher in the sky. Earlier on this morning, we had quite an incredible sunrise. Let's jump over to the Edgewater sky camera. Plenty of blue out there. Temperatures, they're already at 57 degrees. Now, I expect them to level off just a bit this afternoon because we do have those winds out of the west and northwest at 3 miles per hour. But we are certainly warming up. 61 in Kenosha right now. Milwaukee at 62. There will be more 60s on this map as we go through time. And the best part of it is we are warm with no rainfall across the state of Wisconsin. So we're expecting just quite a gorgeous day out there. 64 by lunchtime. We'll top out around 67 this afternoon.
And this normal, abnormal, it feels a little cool.
It is slightly cooler than normal by about 2 to 3 degrees. So it's close to normal at that point, but it'll be an icebox compared to Tuesday.
Not sticking around for long.
No.
Thank you so much, Chris. To the latest on the coronavirus now. In the past 24 hours, state health officials have confirmed 18 new deaths linked to COVID-19, as well as nearly 600 new cases. Of those tested, 5.4% came back positive, slightly up from the day before. DHS says the state's testing capacity has also increased. They say more than 13,000 tests have been conducted in the past day across 56 active labs. We're also getting updated numbers overnight about the number of cases here in Dane County. According to Public Health Madison, 27 more people tested positive over the last 24 hours, bringing the total in our county to 713. 14 of those new positives are from the Community Test Center at the Alliant Energy Center. 3 are from the VA hospital, and 10 are from other sites like doctors' offices, hospitals, and clinics. For the first Saturday in more than 2 months, bars and restaurants are open to in-person customers. Some bars on State Street have new safety measures in place, like shields between patrons and bartenders. At the Irish Pub, bar stools are 6 feet apart, and markings on the sidewalk show how far apart people in line must stand. Bars can only open up at 25% capacity until the county reaches phase 2. The earliest that can happen is 1 week from Tuesday. Local malls are also welcoming back shoppers this weekend. Both East and West Town are now open, although not all stores inside those malls are. They now have dozens of hand sanitizer stations across the malls, and the food court seating area and children's play areas are not open.
We definitely understand that people have concerns coming back into large public spaces like a shopping mall. So we've been planning for our reopening basically since the mall closed. We wanted to make sure that we had all of the guidelines that the local health department was going to put into place.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison is also open to Rewards Club members only. 1/3 of the slot machines are available. Even as businesses reopen, experts at UW Health continue to emphasize what we've been hearing throughout the pandemic. It's important to continue physical distancing, wearing masks, washing your hands often, and coughing or sneezing into your elbow. Experts also recommend if you're planning to socialize, do it outside instead of indoors.
If you're in a place and social distancing is being practiced, people are 6 feet away, everyone has a facial covering on, they're being respectful of other people's space, and they're doing what they can. Those are activities that, although have not zero risk, those are lower risk activities versus, say, if you go into an establishment and people are unmasked, they're very close to each other. It's indoors, air isn't circulating well, and you're going to go into that place and be there for a while. That's a much higher risk activity and increases your risk of getting COVID-19.
Remember what Dr. Potoff was saying, there's no such thing as a zero risk activity right now. But he says if you are going out to eat, he recommends you try to find somewhere with an outdoor patio and properly distanced seating. Wisconsin is now seeing its first cases of a rare sickness in children linked to COVID-19. Doctors at Children's Wisconsin say there have been 7 cases of multi-system inflammatory syndrome in kids in the state since April, a majority of the cases in southeast Wisconsin. 5 of those children were discharged after short stays in the hospital. 2 are still hospitalized, but they are in good condition. The disease causes inflammation of the organs, including the heart, lungs, kidneys, skin, eyes, and even brain. While doctors don't know for sure how it is spread, they say it's likely a post-infectious complication of COVID.
COVID-19 was first reported about 6 months ago. So while we know a lot about COVID-19, we still have a lot more to learn. And in a very similar way, this syndrome is something even newer and more recently recognized. So there is still quite a bit to learn about it as we produce information and share information.
Symptoms of this rare syndrome include persistent fever, abdominal pain, rash, redness in the eyes, trouble breathing, vomiting, diarrhea, and feeling tired. Children's Wisconsin is trying to set up a pathway for all doctors to follow when treating children with the syndrome, since there isn't a set treatment just yet. Right now, there's an urgent need for donations to prevent another blood shortage. The American Red Cross is offering free t-shirts and gift cards to anyone who gives blood. This comes as hospitals resume non-essential surgeries and procedures that were paused earlier in the pandemic. If you donate blood this weekend, you'll get a Red Cross t-shirt. If you go in June, you'll get a $5 Amazon gift card. You can schedule an appointment online at redcrossblood.org or by calling the number there on your screen. That's 1-800-RED-CROSS. The Better Business Bureau is out with a new warning about phony websites claiming to sell hand sanitizer, disinfectants, and masks. Wisconsin's BBB has gotten several complaints against Zaccario.com. Customers say they've ordered cleaning or paper products from the website, spending anywhere from $10 to $600, but never received their items and can't reach the company. Wisconsin's BBB chapter says now the site is no longer active, but copycat sites are popping up. Before you buy, you can verify websites at bbb.org. The Federal Trade Commission is also out with a warning about a phishing scam targeting college students. This scam comes in the form of an email that claims to be a notification from a student's respective university with a link to check on your stimulus money. When a student clicks that link, the scammers will then be able to access their personal information. This year's Scripps National Spelling Bee has been canceled, but thanks to the ingenuity of 2 former top spellers, the students who already qualified for this year's event still had their chance to shine. A brother and sister from Houston, Texas started Spell Pundit, a spelling bee preparation company where the viral competition was held for kids up to 8th grade.
Especially for 8th graders, like this would have been like the last chance to compete in the National Spelling Bee, so it's just kind of like so that their work doesn't go to like a complete waste.
The top prize for the script spelling bee is $50,000. The virtual spelling bee is much lower at $2,500, but that's still a good amount of money. 14-year-old Navneet Murali from Madison, New Jersey took home the top prize after spelling the word, gosh, I'm going to try to say it, Karoshthi correctly. If you don't know what that is, I don't either. It's an ancient cursive script. I certainly cannot spell it. Time now, 8:10. There are few things better than a hug from Grandma. How one woman made that a reality for her grandkids for the first time in 3 months. And I might have just lied a little bit. This weather is pretty darn nice, too. Here's a live look over the Capitol on this Saturday morning. Chris is looking ahead to some potentially record-setting temperatures right after this.
This portion of News 3 Now is sponsored by SHOPKO Optical.
You didn't choose this. People can fall into addiction for so many reasons. And yeah, many are victims of pain, physical or emotional. Addiction does not discriminate, and it does not define you. You can turn your life around, one step at a time. Visit UnitedMadison.com/addiction for resources to help you get your life back. Brought to you by 5 Door Recovery, other supporters, and United Madison.
Protect your pet with the #1 name in flea and tick protection, Frontline Plus, trusted by vets for nearly 20 years.
At Machinery Row Bicycles, you'll find bicycle store quality electric e-bikes from Trek, Electra, Felt, Giant, and more. Trek offers the best-selling e-bike in America, Trek Verve Plus, under $2,500. At Machinery Row Bicycles, you'll find fat e-bikes, mountain e-bikes, road e-bikes, bike path e-bikes, and more. Free services included. The place to shop for your new e-bike is Machinery Row Bicycles, the most beautiful bicycle store in the world.
This year has been extremely hard on us all. As the state gradually opens, Meineke wants to make sure you get back on the road safely. Make an appointment and save $20 on any oil change package. Prices starting as low as $14.99. Meineke Car Care Center is here to help.
When America needed us to build, we built. Masks, ventilators, shields. When frontliners needed support, Ford dealers answered. And now we're open and ready to serve you. With exciting special offers and deals across the Ford lineup. Stop by a Ford dealership or go online. We've made it safer to shop, easier to buy. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 84 months, plus 3 months deferred payments on select 2019 Ford vehicles.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
History could be made later today if SpaceX becomes the first private company to launch American astronauts into space. The odds of a go or no-go decision is about 50-50 this morning, just as it was on Wednesday when the launch was called off just 16 minutes before it was scheduled to happen. The astronauts on board will be heading to the International Space Station. This is the first time since 2011 that astronauts have launched into space from American soil. Since then, NASA has been relying on Russian rockets to carry astronauts to and from the space station. The launch is scheduled for 2:22 our time, and if it doesn't happen today, they'll try again tomorrow. But fingers crossed for some good weather down in Florida. I know there's no weather complaints here, right, Chris?
No, not at all. And I have to say that picture with the rocket and the storm cloud in the background, we're just absolutely incredible there. But I'll tell you what, we're looking at fantastic weather here in south central Wisconsin. The sunshine is out there right now, and we are going to be keeping this around just throughout the weekend as a whole. It's going to be absolutely lovely, but the heat and the humidity, folks, that's going to be back on by next week, especially on Tuesday. That's going to be the warmest day in the forecast, and then right after that, those storm chances return by the time we get you towards the middle of the week. In the meantime, 57. That's where we're starting the morning in Madison right now. Dew points are down into the upper 40s. Janesville and Mineral Point are also at 57. Double nickels for Boscobel, Viroqua, and Prairie du Chien. But we're all seeing these temperatures knocking on the door now of the lower 60s, and we'll all make it into the lower 60s this afternoon. In fact, a lot of us will get into the upper 60s, but we still have a lot of sunshine here across the upper Midwest. That's good news. The only area of shower and thunderstorms, that's across Nebraska right now, moving into northern Missouri. But the reality is, high pressure's in control for us. As long as we keep high pressure in control, that means winds are out of the north. That means our air stays dry. That keeps our rain chances turned off. In fact, you'll see that as we go really throughout the day. 64 by the time we get you towards 11:30 here. This is our high later on this afternoon. If you look at the clock, it's 4. We'll be seeing those temperatures right around 67 degrees. Overnight tonight, the clear skies stick around. Our winds stay light. That'll set the stage for temperatures to be fairly chilly. 44 for our overnight low, but then we start to see a little bit of a southerly to westerly wind heading into tomorrow. That's why we'll see temperatures closer to the 70-degree mark, but still the high pressure is in control, sending those winds really out of Canada. So we'll keep those temperatures right around 69 or so, and then we get even warmer as we move into the week ahead. In fact, watch this. I always like to show the upper level pattern because that's what drives what happens down here on the ground. And so this is what we call a ridge, this big dome of high pressure around 30,000 feet up. Your jet stream winds go up and over that. Well, you get in on the contrast between the cooler air towards the north and east, the hot and humid air towards the south and west. This creates the stage for showers and thunderstorms that typically develop across the high plains and then dive southeastward through parts of the country. We are going to be right on that zone as we get towards the middle of the week of where that sets up. This is the reason I'll be watching those thunderstorm chances, but this is also the reason that we are looking at well above normal temperatures as we go through time, folks. Get this. By Tuesday, we could be knocking on the door of that 90-degree mark. Showers and thunderstorms from the northwest are very likely as we head into your Wednesday. Thursday and Friday look a little bit cooler. More showers and storms by next weekend with temperatures again in the upper 80s, closer to 90.
What I love so much about your forecast is that you always teach us something, so we want to keep that high pressure turned up. That was my takeaway from today.
Right. Yes,
right? I don't like rain.
I always say the blue H typically means blue skies too.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep.
Well, can we just put like copy and paste for the whole rest of the summer? This is delightful.
We'll see what we can do.
Thank you so much,
My
Chris.
pleasure.
This week, we found out a beloved member of the Baraboo School District has been diagnosed with cancer for the second time, and this weekend, you can help her fight it. We first introduced you to Grandma Betty back in November. She was past retirement age when she took a teaching job at the middle school. After retirement, she missed her students too much, so she started to spend most weekdays at Baraboo High School, supervising the cafeteria and handing out baked goods. After surviving and beating breast cancer, Grandma Betty was diagnosed with bladder cancer this week.
She's truly that one that will care for everybody here at the school. She puts herself last and everybody else in this building, staff, students included, in front of herself. She's probably one of the most selfless persons or people that I've ever met in my life.
Here's where you come in. There's a GoFundMe page to help Grandma Betty pay her medical bills. They're certainly piling up. She has a lot of them. We have that posted on our website, channel3000.com. And here's one of our favorite stories of the week. Social distancing means we're all falling short of our daily hug quota. One grandma in New Jersey found a way to finally hug her grandkids. Maureen Sweeney bought this unicorn costume on Amazon for the sole purpose of hugging her 2 grandsons. This is their first hug in more than 3 months. Such a sweet video. Time is 8:18. Whether you enjoy musicals, biopics, thrillers, or sci-fi movies, there's something for you streaming this weekend. Next, we check out what's new and what Will Loper recommends in his 3 Things to Watch. Trending news right after this.
It's time to freshen up around your yard. This year, don't struggle with bulky bags of mulch. Call JR.
JR's mulch sales, spread it around.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? A cool breeze on a scorching day, a cozy corner on a cold night, or knowing every room of the house is as inviting as the next. Comfort means more than just the temperature, and the people who invented modern air conditioning keep inventing new ways to make you comfortable, like cool cash rebates of up to $1,650. Carrier, turn to the experts.
For all your heating and cooling needs,
call us at Modern Heating and Cooling.
Or Bethke Heating and Air Conditioning in Verona.
The open road, the wind in your hair, the feeling of freedom that drives us to go out and discover. At Chevy, we're committed to getting you there with confidence and peace of mind. If you need a new Chevy, interest-free APR financing for 84 months on many of our most popular models. You may even shop online and take delivery at home where available. And when you do, your Chevy Clean dealers commit to using enhanced vehicle cleaning measures with CDC-approved cleansers, so you can find new roads with confidence.
Though challenges surround us, life still goes on. There's still time to dream, still plans to be made. And if you're retiring soon, still deadlines to be met. We talk with people every day who need to replace their employer benefits when they retire. We can answer your questions too, so you can feel good about the decisions you make. For a retirement benefits checklist, visit us online or call Physicians Mutual Insurance Company today.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Whether you're catching fish or playing fetch, Fleet Farm has what you need. This week, save big on things like Wrangler jeans. Save $5 on men's Wrangler denim jeans. Wrapless Shad Wraps, exclusive colors, $5.99. Select Goodyear tires. Buy 3, get the 4th free. Plus, get up to $50 back after rebate. And get 25% off trees, nursery stock, and hanging baskets in the garden center. No matter the job, we've got you covered. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
Work smarter. Use the cloud to securely print, scan, and collaborate. GI Office Technologies, helping businesses like yours.
Ask about our risk-free 30-day price and satisfaction guarantee on appliances. Hey, we're not happy until you're happy. The Brothers Maid, your local store for more since 1938.
Hello, I'm DHS Secretary Designee Andrea Palm. Working together, we are boxing in COVID-19 and slowing the spread of this virus, but we still need your help. If you have COVID-19 symptoms, a cough, shortness of breath, fever, chills, a new loss of taste or smell, muscle pain, or sore throat, call your doctor for a test or visit dhs.wisconsin.gov/testing.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at what is trending this morning. Tracy Ellis Ross plays singer Grace Davis in the new film, The High Note. The movie follows Davis, who's selling out arenas despite not having a new record in more than a decade. Dakota Johnson plays Grace's personal assistant with aspirations of producing her next big hit. The High Note, also starring Ice Cube, started streaming on demand overnight. 2 teens from New Mexico hear a strange frequency coming out of their radio, and they want to know why in the new sci-fi thriller called The Vast of the Night. The movie follows the teens during one night in the 1950s. The Vast of Night was released overnight on Prime Video. And if you're in desperate need of a haircut, I know I am, you can now get some tips on demand. Married actors Jerry O'Connell and Rebecca Romaine kicked things off, hosting Haircut Night in America last night, right here on CBS. The special has hairstylists walking celebrities and viewers through the perfect do-it-yourself haircut, color, and style. The show is now streaming on CBS All Access. There's clearly no shortage of films and shows streaming. Our Will Loper shares a few of the best in this weekend's 3 Things to Watch.
How many times do I need to apologize?
Newly streaming on Netflix this week is the series Space Force.
The president is creating a new branch in the United States military, Space Force, which Mark will run.
I don't.
Steve Carell stars as a general tasked with heading the new Space Force, and neither he nor those under him are looking forward to it too much.
Who would like to give me a good reason why we should launch today?
I say launch.
Great, and you are Dr.
Call me Eddie. I go to a bunch of them now.
Okay.
Space Force is streaming on Netflix now.
Let's see what these suits are capable of.
Your heart rate is quite high.
Turn back, Mark.
You're getting your freedom back, okay? Don't let them haunt you.
Hello?
New on home video this week is the horror thriller The Invisible Man.
Are you okay?
Someone's sitting in that chair.
Elizabeth Moss stars as a woman who escapes an abusive relationship but still feels her ex has found some way to stalk her without being seen in the incredibly tense movie.
Adrian's true genius was how he got in people's heads.
Don't come any closer. Hey!
I'm not crazy.
The Invisible Man is available to rent or buy everywhere now.
I'm Augie, by the way.
Darby.
Furby?
Darby.
Darby.
Yeah, I know.
Finally launching this week is the new HBO Max streaming platform, and along with it a new show called Love Life.
Have you found the one?
No, found some losers on Match.com.
Anna Kendrick stars in the series that takes a look back at the relationships she's experienced.
Why do you need a boyfriend right now? This isn't Jane Austen times. I'm sorry. I'm just having a small life panic. I just want to be the kind of woman who knows what she wants, and she's not afraid to go after it.
You should be loved for the little derp that you are.
The first episode of Love Life is available to stream on HBO Max now.
I'm proud of you. You've grown into this brave, resilient, independent woman.
It feels really right, which is terrifying, but worth it in the end.
Happy watching. Those are the 3 things you need to watch, and this is Will Loper for News 3 Now this morning.
There really is something for everyone. Thank you so much, Will. Looking ahead, a Badger great will take the stage this time next month for this year's ESPYs. Russell Wilson is part of the 3-person hosting team along with Sue Bird and Megan Rapinoe. The 2-hour award show will air on ESPN June 21st. And as Will mentioned, if everything we've been talking about still isn't enough, this is the first weekend for the latest streaming service, HBO Max. The service offers more than 10,000 hours of content, like all of the Harry Potter and DC movies, as well as TV shows like Friends and The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It'll cost you $15 a month. While we still don't know when high school athletes will be able to play again, you might still want to schedule your student's physical. We'll tell you why. Plus, we're also sharing ways you can help, as many nonprofits are struggling right now, including local canine rescues. We're back right after this.
Creating family memories is what Maple Leaf Landscaping is all about. We design and build outdoor spaces that bring people together. Landscaped spaces for any size family. Functional, beautiful, a place everyone will enjoy. And it all starts with a free visit at your home by one of our landscape experts. So call Maple Leaf Landscaping today and have us create an outdoor living space for your home.
Slumberland's huge memorial sale is almost over. Don't miss out on hundreds of incredible markdowns, like a power recliner for just $396, a Sealy Queen mattress marked way down to $598, our best-selling Adirondack chairs for just $188, our lowest price ever. If you've been waiting for our very best deals, this is it. And get free no-contact shipping with no minimum. But it all ends Sunday the 31st, so don't miss it. The memorial sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Dark stains and algae buildup can rapidly age your roof. So give us a call here at Mad City Roofing for a new high-performance premium roofing system with Scotchguard protection to prevent stains and streaks. And now during our Raise the Roof event, 75% off labor. Ask about 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. And if you call during this program, receive a free $100 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate.
Hey, Shackleford. Shackleford? They replaced our old furnace with the new Carrier. You know, turn to the experts.
Shackleford fixed our AC with no surprises.
Are you guys talking about Shackleford? I trust those guys.
Did someone say Shackleford?
Shackleford. Schedule spring maintenance now.
If your gums bleed when you brush, you may have gingivitis, and the clock could be ticking towards bad breath, receding gums, and possibly tooth loss. Help turn back the clock on gingivitis with Parodontax. Leave bleeding gums behind. Parodontax.
When America needed us to build, we built. Masks, ventilators, shields. When frontliners needed support, Ford dealers answered. And now we're open and ready to serve you. With exciting special offers and deals across the Ford lineup. Stop by a Ford dealership or go online. We've made it safer to shop, easier to buy. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 84 months, plus 3 months deferred payments on select 2019 Ford vehicles.
From our family to yours, we want to encourage you to keep going. Keep protecting what's most important. Keep hopeful in the face of all this. Keep believing. Keep being strong. Keep supporting the people on the front line. Keep staying together while staying apart. Keep being fearless. And most of all, keep dreaming. American Family Insurance is mailing our personal auto insurance customers a premium relief payment to help them keep going. We'll keep being here when you need us.
Love in lockdown. Singles stuck at home are still looking for the one. The changes online dating companies are making to help their dreams come true.
This is News 3 Now This Morning.
Good morning, everyone. It's May 30th. I'm Christina Laurie. This is the fourth night of unrest in Minneapolis after the death of George Floyd. Right now, protesters are defying curfew orders and firefighters are trying to put out several business and brush fires throughout the city. Overnight, Minnesota's governor announced the largest civilian deployment in the state's history is now underway, 3 times the size of what it was during the race riots of the 1960s. The head of Minnesota's National Guard says 1,700 soldiers are prepared to be in Minneapolis later today. Back in Madison, a Justice for George protest is planned for this afternoon. According to a Facebook event, it's from noon until 3 at the state capitol. More than 1,500 people have marked that they're going. The description says social distancing will be practiced. Now let's throw it over to meteorologist Chris Reese for the best news of the weekend. Hey, Chris.
Good morning, Christina. Good morning, folks at home. We're looking at plenty of sunshine as we go through the weekend. Temperatures, they're also going to be comfortable. A little bit cooler than normal for this time of the year, but only by about a degree or 2. We're still seeing abundant sunshine out there right now. We're at 57 degrees already this morning. Winds are out of the west and northwest at 3 miles per hour. That westerly to northwesterly wind is what's aiding and keeping these temperatures just a little bit cooler out there. Janesville is at 57. Mineral Point is knocking on the door of 60 at 59 right now. Platteville coming in at 58. But the best part about all of this is the fact that we do not have rain chances this weekend. This is Doppler track right now. Really throughout all of Wisconsin and much of the upper Midwest, we are dry as high pressure remains in control. So with that being said, look for sunshine throughout the day. Temperatures will be at that 64-degree mark by the time we get you towards lunch and 67 by the time we get you towards your high this afternoon. And I'll tell you what, if you're going out on the lake at all, most beaches are going to be closed, especially in Madison, until we get you towards the 14th and 15th. But if you sneak and dip your toes in the water just a little bit, the water temperatures are warmer at about 65 degrees, and the water conditions are also looking great, Christina.
Are you condoning sneaking onto beaches, Chris?
Absolutely not.
I'm just kidding. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
If high school sports come back this fall, many students will need a physical from their doctor. Since the start of the pandemic, those types of routine appointments aren't being offered, and that could lead to backups.
Fortunately, the National Federation of High Schools and the WIAA have recognized that there could be a problem in terms of access. And so they have allowed an extension for those student athletes who have already had a pre-participation evaluation within the last 2 years, and they could then extend their clearance for 1 more year if the student athlete is not able to get into clinic.
Now, if your student is a high school freshman, they do need to get an evaluation before they're allowed to play sports. He recommends reaching out to your student's doctor within the next couple of weeks to get on a waiting list, so when those appointments become available, you can get into the clinic. Nonprofits are certainly feeling the impact of the pandemic, including a canine rescue organization in the Northwoods. Crossroads Canine Rescue was forced to cancel 2 fundraisers, cutting down its capacity to house and train dogs by half. COVID is also impacting the rescue's ability to build a new kennel for its animals. Regardless of those challenges, the organization says it will continue to press on.
We went into this knowing that there might be some trials and tribulations, and we're in it till the end. You know, we'll get through it.
The group is also looking for people that would be willing to foster some of the animals. You can now apply to their program. We've put the details up on channel3000.com. COVID is changing lots of things, including online dating, and dating app companies are working fast to adapt. They're creating new features for people looking to find their perfect match in quarantine.
All right. Welcome to your date.
For Kayla Berenson, it's all about Zoom dates in a time of social distancing.
Why'd you accept the like? What about my profile did you like?
I was like, maybe she's cool and she's into, I don't know, murder mystery podcast or technology, so I thought we could strike up conversation about that.
Berenson and Sam Adams first bonded over TV shows and podcasts on Hinge. It led them to get creative for their first digital meetup. How did you come up with the idea to do a podcast-style virtual date?
I knew we had that common interest of podcasts, so I figured he'd be a good person to ask.
Dating apps are virtually connecting those looking for love.
9 out of 10 users are telling us they're open to virtual first date.
The social networking service Coffee Meets Bagel has seen an increase in user engagement. Co-founder Dawoon Kang says the company tried video features before, but they didn't catch on. Chats between potential matches now last longer, and many log on for virtual meetups like the service's new Coffee Talk.
We want to talk to you about Plenty of Fish Live.
Other apps are also focusing on the power of cyber dating. Plenty of Fish launched a live feature so singles can better connect. Match reintroduced its video chat called Vibe Check. It's a trend of video first dates that could become the standard.
I feel like it might be a nice way to kind of filter out people, like, oh, we had kind of a weird conversation over video. Maybe we shouldn't meet in person, just skip that whole awkward thing.
For Berenson, dating digitally comes with less pressure.
I would totally be down for a first date to follow the pre-date. Yeah.
Gotcha. Cool. Same.
She's now embracing a new normal in hopes of one day finding her perfect match. Nichelle Medina, CBS News, San Diego, California.
According to Coffee Meets Bagel, some of the top virtual date ideas are game night, movie night, an online museum tour, and of course, a virtual coffee. It's one of the most recognizable symbols of our country, and next we're heading inside with the man who spent months scanning and mapping Lady Liberty, how you can now take a tour of the statue from home. We're back right after this.
Earn a 25-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $50 you spend. That's a 25-cent fuel saver this Friday and Saturday. Only at Hy-Vee.
We've got the power.
It's deer season at the power centers of Madison. John Deere compact utility tractors have the power and versatility to tackle the biggest jobs on your list. Multiple attachments are available, extremely easy to operate, control, and finesse. Make home and garden work fun with John Deere mowers. Mow, mulch, and haul your way to a beautiful yard. Get your John Deere now at the power centers of Madison.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me.
I solemnly swear that I will support the veterans of the
United States Armed Forces.
I will defend the Constitution
against all enemies. That I will commit
to ensuring they are
not forgotten.
And I will obey the orders of the
President of the United States.
And I will enable veterans to live the same life of opportunity
they have provided me. So help me God.
Though challenges surround us, life still goes on. There's still time to dream, still plans to be made. And if you're retiring soon, still deadlines to be met. We talk with people every day who need to replace their employer benefits when they retire. We can answer your questions too, so you can feel good about the decisions you make. For a retirement benefits checklist, visit us online or call Physicians Mutual Insurance Company today.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Here's to the road ahead. Trust
Toyota to be here for you.
Right now, Toyota is offering 0% financing for 60 months on a new 2020 RAV4. Or you can lease a new RAV4 for $229 a month. You can even shop and buy online from the comfort of your home. Many Toyota service centers are open to help keep your vehicle in top shape and may even offer no-contact vehicle drop-off.
All from the brand you trust today and tomorrow. Toyota.
Earn a 25-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $50 you spend. That's a 25-cent fuel saver this Friday and Saturday. Only at Hy-Vee.
News 3 Now, Channel 3000, and Madison Magazine are pleased to partner with Madison Metropolitan School District to give its high school seniors a graduation to remember. Join us for special commencement ceremonies with messages from students and principals, musical performances, and virtual walk across the stage photo tributes to the graduates. Class of 2020, born to make history. June 12th and 13th on News 3 Now and streamed live on Channel 3000.
Welcome back. Standing tall in New York Harbor, the Statue of Liberty can only be viewed from a distance right now. But with Connor Knighton, we're about to get up close and personal.
Last summer, architect Paul Davidson spent 10 nights inside of the Statue of Liberty. From 6 p.m. to 7 a.m., he and his team carried out a first-of-its-kind laser scan of Lady Liberty, capturing the statue's interior during the hours when it wasn't packed full of tourists.
Do you look back at those 10 nights and think, oh man, I could have been doing it now during the daytime?
I know. This is like the perfect time to be surveying outside and in, for sure.
We're now on our way to the Statue of Liberty.
Ellis Island and the Statue of Liberty are currently closed to all visitors, shut down due to COVID-19. Which actually makes this the perfect time to debut some of Davidson's work. The images he captured during those long nights have just been turned into a virtual tour. Now, all those who can't visit in person can explore the statue online like never before.
You can get into the crown and kind of view everything in 360. You can go up to the torch and get a view off of that. You can climb up the arm.
The virtual tour includes many areas that would traditionally be off-limits to visitors. Davidson's team also laser scanned every nook and cranny, and getting that data was no easy task.
Really, the biggest challenge for survey that the statue presents is the fact that it is never still. It's constantly moving in the wind. When you're surveying, you want it to be static. But we were in that torch and it was probably 5 or 10 miles an hour and it was swaying really like 3 or 4 inches. It was kind of like being on a boat.
The statue was meant to sway. Its flexible support system was designed by French architect Alexandre Gustave Eiffel. Perhaps you've heard of his tower in Paris. When Liberty Enlightening the World was dedicated in 1886, it was the highest structure in all of New York City, a triumph of engineering and an instant international icon.
I think about the conditions under which that was done, and it was for nothing more than to celebrate democracy and freedom and liberty.
Davidson has been documenting the statue as part of the National Park Service's Historic American Building Survey. The new virtual tour is just part of the project. The new scan will serve as a high-tech 3-dimensional blueprint for everything from research to reconstruction, if, God forbid, anything should ever happen to the statue.
This is a record that has many uses down the line. If they do need to make some alterations for social distancing even, they've got a complete 3D model to map that stuff out.
Whenever the statue eventually reopens, touring its tight interior spaces will likely be done very differently. But there's still something powerful about being there in person. As Davidson points out, a virtual visit is nice, but it's no substitute for the real thing.
It's the visitors who circulate through the statue every day who kind of enliven the space, right? the beam that they touch every time that they go up the stairs, or the metal treads are wearing in the center from people passing through. And all those visual cues, you start to feel the presence of how many people have moved through this space for 130 years. And you can basically like reach back in history and feel something from it.
Like most things, nothing beats actually being there in person, but you can take a virtual tour of the statue and its museum on the National Parks website. You can also tour dozens of other places from the National Mall to Yellowstone. Time now, 8:44. Ready for launch. History could be made later today as long as weather doesn't delay this afternoon's SpaceX launch. No complaints weather-wise here in Madison, though. Chris is back with our full hot forecast right after this. But first, if you have a little kid turning 3 years old soon, please let us know. Send us their pictures so we can help make their birthday extra special and celebrate them right here on TV.
Get the facts with Reality Check, only on News 3 Now.
Yeah, sure. I'm a home builder. I go to Nuns. Why? Well, my clients love them because they have all those fancy schmancy carpets. You know, like those Smart Strand ones from Karastan that are just astonishingly soft to the touch. I'm more of a concrete floor guy myself. That fluffy stuff just doesn't do it for me. But hey, my clients, they love this fancy schmancy Karastan carpeting. So we go to Nuns.
Nuns. Kitchen, bath, and flooring.
I'm bad. You're stronger than you know. So strong. You power through chronic migraine. 15 or more headache or migraine days a month. One tough mother. You're bad enough for Botox. Botox has been preventing headaches and migraines before they even start for almost 10 years and is the #1 prescribed branded chronic migraine treatment. Botox is for adults with chronic migraine. 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more.
Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
Go on with your bad self. You may pay as little as $0 for Botox. Ask your doctor about Botox for chronic migraine. You got this.
Wisconsin is getting back to business.
What's your plan?
Before you say,
sorry, we just can't do that.
Before you say, we're not ready.
Before you say, we don't have capacity.
Put us in your
plan.
Let us help you get back to business.
Are you ready?
whether it's a labor shortage,
it's a mandated closure,
we're here.
We've been here.
We'll be here. From assembly to packaging and everything in between. Let's get to work, Wisconsin.
Engines are restarting, park is shifting to drive. So we're offering 0% financing for 72 months and no payments for 120 days. Plus the freedom to shop and buy online. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram will help you drive forward.
Or now during the Jeep Memorial Day sales event with employee pricing at $5,611 below MSRP on the purchase of a 2020 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Welcome to the weekend, folks. We're seeing plenty of sunshine out there. You are going to enjoy that. After all, it's going to be a lovely weekend. Heat and humidity return by the time we get you towards next week. Perhaps Tuesday it will be a steamy day around here, and that's going to come with its storm chances as well by the time we get you towards the middle of the week. If you were headed outside this morning, I'll go ahead and tell you the temperature is at 57 degrees. We're seeing a northwesterly wind today. That's going to keep temperatures just a little bit cooler than where they could be for this time of the year, but nonetheless, things will remain comfortable. 50 show up all across the board, 59 in Black River Falls, a little bit warmer than us, but we are starting to see some of those temperatures into the low 60s already. Mineral Point at 61, Platteville coming in at 60. But here's the overall setup, folks. High pressure is in control. That's keeping that west to northwesterly wind around. It's also meaning our air is drier. and it's cooler. One little area of showers over Nebraska, even that's starting to fall apart as it runs into that drier air. Pay attention to what happens as we go through this afternoon, folks. We keep the northwesterly wind in play. This is lunchtime now. That's when temperatures will be right around 64 degrees. We top out, this is 4 o'clock, we'll top out right around 67 or so. Now into tomorrow, we'll see a little bit more of a southerly wind component. It won't be all that great, but temperatures will be similar to where they were today, but a couple of degrees warmer. More sunshine. Highs will be right around 69. Then into Monday, this is 8:30 in the morning on Monday. This is when we really start to see that southerly wind picking up. What's happening into Monday is we are going to be developing this ridge of high pressure in the upper parts of the atmosphere. That's really going to work to funnel in that heat as we move into Tuesday. But the other thing we want to watch is right on the edge of that. You have the cooler air towards the north and east, that warmer air towards the south and west. And between those, your jet stream rides from the northwest towards the south and east. And oftentimes this time of the year, you've heard me say it before, it's the ring of fire setup. We get the showers of thunderstorms that develop over the high plains, and then they race towards the south and east. Well, we're going to be right on the edge of that. This is Tuesday, by the way, the one day that I'm not expecting any shower or thunderstorm chances. This is also the warmest day of the forecast. But watch how that boundary essentially sets up over us as we go through the week. That's why we're going to be watching the shower and thunderstorm chances. Watch this. This is Monday at 1 o'clock in the morning. Here are the showers developing across the high plains. Watch how those move towards the south and east by the time we get you towards Monday afternoon. Tuesday itself is dry, but by Tuesday night, we see the next cluster in the north and west, diving towards the south and east. We'll see another one of those develop as we head into Thursday and into your Friday as well. So with that, we do have rain chances in the forecast, but none of those days are going to be a washout. Each and every single one of those days will be humid, a little steamy in the afternoon with temperatures just well above average for this time of the year. A normal high is only 73 by the end of this forecast.
It's really been a roller coaster temperature-wise. I never know when you walk out the door. Do you need a coat? Do you not need a coat? So it'll be nice to kind of...
We like to keep it interesting in Wisconsin.
Yeah, you just keep us guessing.
Yes.
Not really if you're watching your forecast, but I guess I was daydreaming. Thank you so much, Chris.
My pleasure.
Just in time for this afternoon's launch, Ben & Jerry's is launching a new flavor, and we mean that literally. This week, the ice cream makers sent a pint of their new ice cream called Boots on the Moon on a balloon 20 miles into the stratosphere. The space-themed flavor was developed for Space Force, the Netflix comedy series that Will Loper showed us earlier in the show. Ben & Jerry's describes the ice cream as a universe of milk chocolate ice cream with fudge cows and toffee meteor clusters orbiting a sugar cookie dough core. Sounds delicious. Our coronavirus coverage continues all weekend long. You can watch our news tonight at 6 and 10 o'clock. But first, trading center stage for her parents' kitchen counter. One of New York's biggest stars isn't letting quarantine stop her from dancing, and she wants you to join her. We're back right after this.
Experience handcrafted and hand-finished furniture by genuine Amish craftsmen at Wanakee Furniture ETC, featuring hardwood made in the USA home furnishings by Simply Amish and other great brands you can trust.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Garden mats eliminate 90% of the time spent working in the garden and increase a garden's productivity by 10 to 20%. Garden mats let air and water through, but block sunlight. The pre-measured holes make planting a breeze. We help people grow 100% organic vegetables, weed-free. Garden mats give us our summers back to do the things we love. Go to gardenmats.com.
Have some home projects on your list? Whether it's a fix now or fix up down the road, count on Home Advisor's trusted local pros to get the job done right. It's easy to schedule, check prices, and pay for all your home projects. So get the Home Advisor app and we'll do everything to fix your everything.
At Mercedes-Benz, nothing less than world-class service will do. That's why we're expanding your range of choices. Many dealers now offer optional pickup and delivery and at-home maintenance, as well as online shopping with home delivery and special finance arrangements. So whether you visit your local dealer or prefer the comfort of home, you can count on the very highest level of service. Get 0% APR financing up to 36 months on most models and 90-day first payment deferral on any model.
While there's no instruction manual for what we're all going through now, there is Christian and Natalie and all associates at Pick and Save, working with one of the country's biggest supply chains for the Kroger family of brands. Keeping our promise that our shelves will be continually stocked and that you'll always have access to the things you need. Because together, we've got you covered. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Though challenges surround us, life still goes on. There's still time to dream, still plans to be made. And if you're retiring soon, still deadlines to be met. We talk with people every day who need to replace their employer benefits when they retire. We can answer your questions too, so you can feel good about the decisions you make. For a retirement benefits checklist, visit us online or call Physicians Mutual Insurance Company today.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Rest comfortably with brands you can trust at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Create a unique and stylish room with made-in-the-USA products from companies like Smith Brothers of Bern. Select from a wide variety of sofas at a great price.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Mission Unstoppable, Saturday morning at 9 on News 3 Now.
Welcome back. Finally, this morning, performances have been canceled. Dance studios closed across the country, but as the lights turned off, one star turned the camera on and started offering ballet classes through Instagram Live.
Nancy Chin shows us how she's inspiring people of all skill levels to dance, including celebrities.
Tyler Peck is a star of the New York City Ballet, but these days the principal dancer has traded the stage at Lincoln Center.
So what Costa is what I see, and I'm going to come forward so you can see.
For her parents' kitchen in Bakersfield, California. Peck started teaching classes on Instagram Live after the pandemic canceled her ballet season.
I had no idea how it even worked. I was like, I guess this is the button you push. And then it became bigger, this big old thing.
The virtual classes, called Turn It Out with Tyler, have quickly become a part of routines around the world. Peck offers live classes 6 days a week.
You're doing this in your mom's kitchen. Yeah. Yeah, bar is on I hold on to the kitchen countertop, and then center I go into the living room. And today was funny because I accidentally touched something and I turned the TV on behind me.
Fans of all ages and skill levels are joining in, practicing pirouettes and pliés like this dad and daughter duo in Chicago.
We're all just dancing together, despite the fact that we're not together and we're miles apart.
Celebrities including Sarah Jessica Parker and Kelly Ripa have made cameos, and Jennifer Garner sampled a few moves herself.
Plie and stretch.
Peck says the classes make ballet and ballet dancers more approachable.
As a ballerina, sometimes, you kind of get put on this like untouchable pedestal, where it's like this perfect image. And this is a way where I get to show them who I really am.
Proving a dancer's stage can be anywhere, as long as they stay on their toes. Nancy Chin, CBS News, New York.
Now, Peck often invites musicians and Broadway stars to perform live while she teaches. I don't know, have you gotten an invite yet? Because you're a star in the making. We want to tease up this video because we talked about it at 5. We were talking during this story that you are a singer.
Yes.
Let's show the video first. Roll.
Madison is bankroll, Jefferson's Macduff, and Birminwood is Congress on its way to destiny. And there you are, an ocean away. Do you have to live an ocean away? Thoughts of you society.
Oh my gosh, you're so talented.
So that is me and my youth group kid, Sam, which we've been quarantined together. Yeah. I should probably specify. Yeah. I'm close with the family, so we've been quarantined. But we are big fans of the Broadway musical Hamilton, and so we have learned just a ton of the songs.
And you're such big fans that you tweeted this out, you shared this video. Lin-Manuel Miranda, the creator of Hamilton, congratulated you on it.
He responded, so I'm pretty excited.
Oh my gosh, we're just going to end it there. We can't top it. Gorgeous weather outside.